How do the doors in your hot rod shut? If they shut like that, stick around, we'll show you how to make it better. Good old door sag. This is a really common issue with old cars. I mean, this is a really common issue even on like 20-year-old cars. This might be able to help you with your daily driver too, because the process is going to be pretty much the same. So what's happened is, over time, the door has sagged. So now our latch is below our striker setup. Both of my front doors on my Catalina have it, probably the rear ones too, I just don't really care about those. But they kind of have different issues. So I'm going to be able to show you a couple different things here. We'll start on the driver's door. This one is just low. You can see that when I do slam it shut, now our body line looks good. Now, while this was already an issue, when I put the new door seals in, that added pressure when you shut the door, and now it's so tight that I can't even really unlock it from the outside. I have to reach into the front where you have the lever and you can get some leverage on it, and that'll pop open the door. Now let's take a look at the other side. On the passenger side, our issue is a little bit different. This door actually shuts okay, but when we get in here and look closely, we can see that the body line when the door is shut is lower than where it's supposed to be when you compare it over to the right side, which was good when it was shut. So what that means for us is that the striker assembly needs to move up a little bit. Now when we do raise that striker, because this door is happy being lower, we're going to find that it's sagged as well, and we're going to have the same problem we did on the other side. So we have a pretty clear path forward. Driver's side, looks like we just need to raise the door. Passenger side, we're going to have to raise the striker up and then raise the door up as well. Let's get started. Now the process for fixing these is pretty straightforward. There are some bolts where the door attaches to the hinges on the front. We're going to loosen those up. You're not going to remove them, you're just going to loosen them a little bit. Then we're going to put a jack underneath, raise it up, and tighten the bolts down. You might have to try it a couple times to get it too high the first time, but it will work. Now these might not have moved since 1962, who knows? So I have no idea how hard this is going to be to get off. Also, these ratcheting wrenches are really handy, especially the reversible ones like this. You should get a set of these if you don't have them. That's pretty easy. Mechanic's law, the very last one you touch is the one that doesn't want to come loose. Okay, so we've got our jack. Grabbed a handy piece of 2x stick there because number one, you want the wood in there so you're not metal on metal with the jack, and you're going to support a larger area. Now, my door is kind of difficult because the bottom area is very narrow. Some of you guys that have doors that have larger bottom sections, you're going to have an easier time with this than I did. You're not going to put a ton of pressure on it. You're just going to jack it up. You want the door to just barely kind of start moving the car a little bit. Then we go and tighten everything back down in here and see how much of a difference we made. So full disclosure, I had to do this a couple of times. My jack actually wasn't getting quite tall enough, so I had to stack a couple of pieces of wood on there to get the leverage on it I needed. But, and opens. Pretty cool. The gap here is a little bit tighter than I want it to be, but you know what I'm happy that it does? That and that. Good enough. Let's move to the other side. All right, on to the passenger side. For this side, we're going to start right here. Now, a lot of cars have what I more think of as a striker, where it's just a bar that you move up and down. This is a little more complicated latch system for this older car. So we're going to loosen these and then see what I got to do to raise it up. So we're going to try to get the gaps on the door closer to right. My dogs are idiots. We're going to try to get the gaps on the doors closer to right. Then we're going to move on to actually raising it. Now before I actually move this, I'm going to mark it with a chalk marker so we know what our original position was. want it to come up. Let's try that, see how it looks. Smashing my light in there. We're closer, but we're not quite there yet. Keep going. That's pretty good. Compared to where we were before, those trims are pretty close to equal. So is the door line. Now we can see our chalk line around here, and we can see how we've clearly eclipsed the top line. So we know we moved it. That's why it's a good idea to make that line so you know what you actually did. Now, as we suspected when we moved that striker, we're now misaligned on it. This one honestly doesn't shut too bad. If I weren't making this video, I'd probably get lazy and leave that alone. But for the sake of making the video, we'll go ahead and adjust this guy too. It's gonna be the same process as the other side. We're gonna loosen up those 6 bolts on the hinges. Then we're gonna raise it up a little bit with the jack and tighten it back down. Still a little bit low. It opens and shuts pretty easy. The gap looks better on this door than it does on the other door. It looks pretty good all the way around. Mission accomplished. Thanks for joining me. Pretty easy stuff this time. Please like and subscribe. I'll keep trying to bring you more handy tips, especially quick ones like this where you can really improve your ride for minimal effort. See you next time.